I guess I'll explain how it feels to OD on heroin, because I'm assuming not a lot of people have experienced that, and probably a lot of people are pretty curious about it.
Today we're going to watch a video of this gentleman named Joey, and he's going to explain what it felt like when he overdosed for the first time on heroin. I remember watching this video and really relating to what he had to say. I like the way he explains his story because it's pretty similar to mine, and I thought maybe someone else could relate with it too. If you or someone you know is struggling with substance abuse, just try and reach out to get the proper care you need, and if you don't know what that is, you can always message me and I can point you in the right direction.
You know, at this point in my life, I'm starting to really look forward to the end of the day when I can go do some heroin, and like it creeps up on you, man, and it just kind of grows on you. You acquire a taste for it, you know. So, you know what, but I wasn't doing it like every day. I was doing it maybe 3 times a week or so, and I'm not even paying for it. He's just giving me a bump when I ask him for it, and I'm really kind of starting to like it, to be honest. And I'm thinking, oh, I can do it 3 times a week, and it ain't nothing.
Unfortunately, that is the harsh reality for most people who try heroin. They start using it more and more until eventually it starts getting out of control to the point where you're doing it every single day and you can't stop.
But the next thing I know, one day I'm at the internet cafe. I hadn't done any heroin that day, and all of a sudden I can't sleep. Like I just couldn't, and I couldn't fall asleep that night, and I was starting to feel, I just felt fucking off. I didn't know what it was. I was depressed.
And this is when you get a wake-up call and it really hits you and you finally admit to yourself that I do have a problem with this and I can't stop. I remember going through this when this happened to me, and it is really scary once you find out that, hey, I'm hooked on heroin and I can't stop.
I couldn't get comfortable. I mean, when I was staying at the internet cafe, we were sleeping in these like recliner chairs where we pay for an overnight, and they, you know, they don't bother you. They let you sleep there. And although eventually all the homeless people coming in there starting fights and fucking doing drugs and wreaking havoc, eventually it all got shut down. But so at this point it was still going. So I couldn't fucking get comfortable. I couldn't get to sleep. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just knew I didn't feel right. And so then very kind of abruptly, around 6 in the morning, I just kind of fell asleep, and I woke up the next day and I felt all right. And I realized that I had been in a slight state of withdrawal because I hadn't done any fucking heroin the day before, and I was like, holy shit, I just kicked heroin, you know what I mean? But it was so slight, and it was so kind of, it only lasted that one night. So I was thinking to myself, wow, I need to be careful with this shit, because I kind of just got over that, and I don't really need it right now. But now I'm starting to get it, you know what I mean? I'm starting to see that it is very addictive, you know? So from that point on, I started only doing it like maybe twice a week.
And this sounds exactly like me trying to convince myself that I can control it, or I'm just going to pick and choose when I'm going to do it or how much I'm going to do. Like heroin really gave a shit about me, or as if I have some sort of real control over the situation whatsoever.
Eventually you get to a point where you just have a rough day. You're like, nah, fuck it, I'm going to do some dope today. And the next thing you know, you're doing it every fucking day. And then the next thing you know, you can't even fucking function without it. For me, the next thing I know, I'm buying it. I mean, it's $10 a bag in New York City at this time, and it's good, strong fucking heroin. So that's how I got addicted to it. The way I ended up ODing was I was doing my little dope, hanging out in Starbucks, charging my phone, and I had done just a little too much, I guess. And I'm sitting there fucking nodding out, looking like a fucking dope head, man. And they even noticed me, and they're like, you can't be sitting in here doing, like, looking like that. And I'm like, holy shit, I've turned into one of these fucking dopehead homeless zombies that can't even sit in Starbucks without being noticed. It's like everyone knows I'm on fucking drugs. So I do the rest of my dope, and this is when I OD'd. So I'm just sitting there fucking nodding out and shit, and then all of a sudden I wake up because I wasn't breathing, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, so see, I didn't realize that when you OD on heroin, I assumed like your heart stopped or something, you know. But what happens is you're so fucking wasted that when you pass out, your body doesn't even breathe. You're so out of it that your brain isn't even functioning enough to breathe. So That's how people OD on heroin. They're so fucked up that they nod out and their brain doesn't breathe and they just suffocate. That's what happens. So I'm sitting there, and every time I nod out, what's waking me up is the fact that I'm not breathing, and I'm alone on the street. And I realize that if I nod out, I'm gonna fucking die. Now, fortunately for me, I was slightly OD'd, but this is where I really learned a harsh lesson about ODing on heroin. So it's not an unpleasant experience. I was high as a fucking kite, and the truth is, I didn't even fucking care. I was so fucked up. I was just like, I said to myself, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I don't even life was such a chore at that point that I really didn't even care that much. I didn't want to die, but I didn't care. I really just didn't fucking care. And I said to myself, like, it's up to God, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna try to stay awake. I'm not just gonna fucking lay down and die. So I was trying to keep myself up, but I kept nodding out and waking up from lack of oxygen. And this went on for a couple of hours until it started to wear off, and then I was kind of out of the woods. But that's what it's like to OD on heroin.
Help each other.